I recently did a video talking about, of course, the recent news that we had with Rockstar Games regarding Grand Theft Auto 6, and that we'll be getting the trailer in early December. Obviously, massive news, great news as well, and that video did pretty well. And in this video, I'm going to be going through the comments of that video and responding to some of your thoughts, some of the things that you agree with, some of the things you disagree with my points in that video. I'll quickly go over what I said in that video, just as a quick sort of, just sort of catch up in a way, just so that, there's a bit of context for this. So basically I mentioned that in terms of when we could expect the trailer, I thought the Game Awards is a possibility. That's on December 7th. And then I also thought that it's possible we could see it on December 6th, with obviously GTA 6 December 6th. But then we could see it before December 5th, since I think around then is when we could get some sort of trailer or something for the next GTA Online updates. But of course, GTA 6 will take priority over a GTA Online update any day of the week. And then in terms of when you could see it released, I said end of 2024, latest end of 2025, but I think end of 2024, maybe beginning of 2025 is likely, but I think the end of 2024 is really likely. But some people have other thoughts in the comments, which I've actually thought are really interesting. So in this video, we'll be going through all of those. So let's get straight into it. I'm going to start with the first one, which says this. Great video, man. I think next month we're going to get a cinematic trailer that is similar to the second GTA 6 trailer and the first GTA 5 trailer, showcasing Vice City with some very slick synthwave music. Hopefully they use the song The Getaway by Miami Nights 1984. We'll most likely hear Lucia's voice over this trailer with the marketing campaign. And yeah, so first of all, thanks for the support. And yeah, I think a cinematic trailer is likely. I don't think it's going to be anything major. They're not going to showcase loads and loads of gameplay with the first trailer. They just wouldn't do that. They'll save that for an actual gameplay trailer. But yeah, so it's hard to know exactly what we'll get, obviously, but I think that it's going to be something much more basic. We'll see a bit of the map, we'll see a bit of the characters, we might hear a couple voice lines, and then that'll be that. I think it'll be similar to the first Red Dead 2 trailer and all of that. It will be similar to the trailers that we've had for other games. And yeah, I pretty much sort of agree with that, really. So the next comment says this. I doubt this will be revealed at the Game Awards. It's just not a fair competition to every other game in the event. Rockstar tends to do it their own way, and that's what will likely happen. And I completely see the point, and I think that there is a very high chance this is correct. But obviously, they don't have to do it right at the start. I think if they did it at the start, I don't think the Game Awards host would want that. The people directing that aren't going to want GTA 6 showcase that starts, and it's just going to be honest, it will ruin the rest of the show. So if they were to do it, it would be the end of the Game Awards 100%. But I think it's a possibility. I think for them to showcase that at the end of the Game Awards show would be immense. That would absolutely be massive. And first of all, it'd be great for the Game Awards. It would give them loads of promotion. And it also, I don't think that would really, I suppose it could, but I feel like no matter when they release it in early December, it's gonna, it's going to make the game of the year and everything like that a little bit in the shadow anyway. So I feel like if they did it at the Game Wars, it wouldn't make much of a difference. But I completely get that point. It is a very good point. And it is, it will, but it is going to, sort of put the game, obviously the winner of Game of the Year, a little bit in the shadow. But at the same time, that's still going to get recognition either way. But yeah, I completely get that point. So one of the next comments is, how much do you think GTA 6 will be? And I think that it's going to be about £70, $70 for the base game. But I think that we could see quite a high price for a deluxe edition, since most people, considering how, rare it is for a new GTA game to release, a lot of people are going to spend the big bucks on this. They will, since they'll consider it worth it. I personally am going to get the best edition there is, since I feel like, I'm not exactly going to have to wait. I'm not going to be doing this. It's not like FIFA. I won't be doing this every year. This is once in a very long time. It could be 15. I don't even want to know how long it'll be until the next GTA game. So yeah, I think about 70. They won't do it much more than that. They could if they wanted to, and they would get away with it. People wouldn't be entirely happy about it, but they would get away with it. It's GTA 6. They can put it at a high price, but I don't think Rockstar will do it too bad. They can be pretty scummy with their money, but at the same time, they don't want to ruin their reputation. They don't want to ruin GTA 6, so they won't do it too high. But it will be the standard high price that we do get for games these days, 100%. Next comment says, late 2024, early 2025. I'd be disappointed to see it release fall of 2025. And I would be too, since obviously that's a while away. But I think there is you can't rule it out, since I believe GTA 5's first trailer was 2 years before the game actually released. With Red Dead 2, it was meant to be 1 year, but they got delayed for a year. So yeah, I think that I'd be disappointed, but you can't rule it out. You really can't. So yeah, but I think it is unlikely. And the next one says it's never going to be on old gen. And yeah, very, very unlikely that this game will be on the old generation consoles. Realistically, it won't be. There's no way it'll be on PS4. I just don't think that that's likely at all, since it is just going to be hard. It's going to hold them back. Rockstar don't want to waste their time with something they don't really need to put the game on. They can easily, they've got no right to put the game on GTA 4 and Xbox One. They don't need to, and they probably won't. So yeah, I really don't see it releasing on there, but you never know. Maybe it will. Next one says, I think GTA 6 is going to be on PS4 too, because Rockstar Games have been properly working on this game for a while now, so I bet they have laid it out on PS4. That's a very good point, completely contradicting what I just said, but it is a very, very valid point. However, I do think it's unlikely, to be honest. I just don't see how a PS4 could run it, so I really don't think that it's likely it'll be able to be on a PS4 or Xbox One. I wouldn't be able to fathom how it could run it. It can barely run GTA 5 as it is, so I think it's very unlikely they'll be able to run GTA 6. I can't see it happening, but obviously it would be great for the people on those consoles if it did, but I really wouldn't expect it to at all, since I just don't think it's likely. But you really never know with Rockstar. You do absolutely never know. The next comment is, it won't be at the Game Awards. First of all, they don't need it, and secondly, it will overshadow all the other games at the show. Very valid point. They don't need to do it. I think it could be really, really cool. Maybe it's just me thinking how cool it would be if it was announced there, rather than how realistic that actually is. So yeah, I get your points with it. The Game Awards announcement idea. So I really do get it with it. Obviously, overshadowing all the other games at the show, it would a bit. But I feel like no matter when it releases in early December, that's going to happen, since that's also in early December. So if it happened December 6th, that they did release the trailer for the new GTA game, then I think that December 7th that's not going to be a massive focus, this game of the year and everything like that. But at the same time, they could do it after the Game Awards, give the game of the year a bit of time, but I don't think Rockstar will really be thinking like that. But maybe they are, and maybe they'll do it right at the end of what's classed as early December. And I'd say that the latest they could do it is around 14th, 15th, so it's technically, I suppose, they could class that as early December. They do push it with what they class as things. For example, some of the GTA summer updates and Red Dead summer updates used to come out, right in the, middle of September, which is just at the end of what's technically summer. So yeah, I think the latest we get it is sort of 14th, 15th. But yeah, in terms of when we could expect there to be a trailer, it's really hard to know, other than obviously early December. So now we're on to the final comment, which says this: before Take-Two bought FiveM and Redem for roleplay, I would have said the PC version would launch a year after console, just to double dip, but I expect GTA 6 to be a $100 game with $30 early release adder for the deluxe edition. That's a fair point, not a bad shout, and you do bring up a good point there with Take-Two buying FiveM and Redem for roleplay, and that is a reason that it's possible that the game will release on day one for PC. I think that there's a chance, but at the same time, most of the big Rockstar games in the past haven't released on PC day one, so I really think that could go either way. But obviously with that recent acquisition, it increases the chances for there being a day one PC release for Grand Theft Auto 6. It 100% definitely does, but there's no way of knowing until it's announced by Rockstar realistically. So yeah, it's hard to know. But in terms of the pricing, I think that's maybe a bit high. But at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised, since Rockstar, like I've said, they can get away with that. They really, really could. They could absolutely do it, and people would buy it. And I don't think it would really impact sales that much, apart from the people that aren't that interested. If there is a high price, it might put them off a bit. But yeah, they could get away with it. They really, really could. And yeah, I don't think they do an early release for Deluxe Edition. I don't think that's the sort of thing Rockstar would do with a game like this. I'd be surprised. You never know. They could. They're an unpredictable company, but I think that's unlikely. But it is a good shout, to be fair. But yeah, they can make a lot of money off of that, that's for sure. So yeah, but the PC, that's a very good point about PC with FiveM and Redem. Hadn't really thought of that, actually. But yeah, very good points. All of these are really good points, and I think it's really interesting seeing some of your guys' thoughts on this. And that does just about wrap up things here. That was just looking through the comments of my previous video talking about GTA 6 and what I think you should actually expect from the trailer and everything that Rockstar announced in the coming weeks. We're getting very, very close now to this Grand Theft Auto 6 trailer. Every day we're just getting that bit close, and it's mental that it's actually about to happen this year. And yeah, what we'll get, we don't really know until it actually happens. But yeah, that does just about wrap up things here. That was just, yeah, going over the comments and looking at some of your thoughts thoughts, some of the things that you agree with, some of the things you disagree with regarding my last video. Really interesting actually to look at some of that. And yeah, that does just about wrap up things here. Now, on the screen, you are seeing a link to a different video. Hit the link on the screen if you are interested in watching that. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.